We'll look at a little bit of Danielle Hunter film. And the one thing about Danielle Hunter is I will say I fall into that category of people that J.J. Watt accused of being underappreciative of Danielle Hunter. The more I've watched him, I've really gotten even more of an appreciation for what a technician he is. Like I would say he's an artist when it comes to pass rush. He does a lot of things that a lot of guys try to do, which is incorporate a huge repertoire of moves. And a lot of guys, when they try to do that, they end up coming up short and like literally limp. I'm not making a sexual connotation there or anything. Like they come up limp because guys aren't strong enough and authoritative enough with trying a multiple different pass rush arsenal that they don't do as effectively as Danielle Hunter. So from that standpoint, I'm really excited about his influence he can have on Will Anderson. So I'm going to go through and I'm going to watch some game from one of the Green Bay games last year that Minnesota had. The first one I happened to grab was him just to get a look at his versatility. He's right up there over the center. So stand up, Jadeveon Clowney style. He moves a little bit different than Jadeveon Clowney, but you can see he uses his length to take these huge steps and then gets his hips turned and almost gets his hand on the ball. You're going to see that multiple times in this game. Gets upfield, and right there, that extension. Remember Will said that one of the things he's working at this year in the offseason is extension at the top of the rush.
Mine was just getting extension at the top of my rush and being able to create that separation and stuff like that. And I thought I did a really good job in OTAs of really trying to perfect my craft of doing that and spending extra time on the field with Danielle, with Coach Rod, with Coach Nate.
Like, Danielle Hunter can go multiple ways when he's got this extension. He's got those long arms. He's got his left hand in the chest of the offensive tackle. And then he gets up past the quarterback and understands that once you get past the quarterback, you're useless. You know, unless you're able to rush around and get your hand in and swat, he's got a really good feel for when to come back. That ends up being a completion, but it was a good pass rush by Danielle Hunter. Here he is, left defensive end. Does that big hop, comes back underneath, gets a hit, still a completion, but on a short play. I want to go back to two things that apply to Will here is that Will is usually faster off the ball. Like at the snap, Will gets across the line really fast. I would say faster than Danielle Hunter, even though Danielle's a superior athlete to just about everybody in the NFL. But one of Will's strengths is he doesn't have the length that Danielle Hunter does, but he gets across the line really quickly. But then watch the big leap that they take, kind of like it's not even a Euro step because it's to the inside, but it doesn't look anatomically correct. It looks like you're going to lose strength and be off base. But as long as you do it when that guy's sitting down and not attacking you, it gets you that much extra ground. So that third, fourth step for Will, I think, is where he can take a lot of strides this year, literally take more strides on getting upfield even faster. And then has that really good extension the entire time that lets him come back inside with being unfettered. Here he is, left defensive end. This one, if I recall properly, is just to watch how tenacious Danielle Hunter is. So has to beat this offense. Oh, no, this one he just turns the corner like a freak. And there's another thing Will talked about is the ability to turn the corner. When you get right there, it seems like, oh, yeah, you got him beat. It should be easy. The really good offensive tackles are regathering there and still trying to bend you around the edge. But you watch him get that lean. Remember shin angle, if you saw the other video I did? Look at his shin angle on his left leg.
Working on your ankle flexion, working on your hips, all those different things just to loosen you up to be able to be more bendy around the edge, to be able to open up more moves for you. So for me, like, that was my biggest thing is, like, working with my ankle mobility, working with my hips.
And then he points his toes, and he just cuts that corner really efficiently. That's something that Will's working on as well. I hate to make this all about Will, but Danielle Hunter is already a fully developed product, whereas Will's still raw, still a rookie in a lot of respects, and he's going to be working to get this type of polish. Spin move, got caught up. Left defensive end, again, Euro step, so gets that offensive tackle biting to the inside, comes up, and then there you go again with that shin angle, right? And he's got that right foot, that right toe pointed right towards the quarterback. Same way when you're throwing a ball, you want to have your toes pointed towards your target, like exactly the same with pass rushers. A lot of guys have a hard time getting their toes pointed towards the target to get around that corner. Another thing that Will mentioned that he's working on, and Danielle Hunter is a master at it. Got his hand up in the lane. Like that play was complete, but it's just time and time again. Left defensive end here. A little bit of a stutter step. Oh, that dude's fucked. Excuse my language. Look at him. Look at number 50. Oh, he's hosed. Boom. Spin. Yeah. Oh. Right defense. Oh, no, here he's up over the center again. So let's watch how big his steps are. I don't even remember this play, but I'm guessing his steps are huge as he goes to one side or the other. And then turns that corner and swipes at the ball. Okay, this one I think is a tenacity example. Discards the tight end, comes inside, comes outside, spins back to the inside. I had to cut that off. If I go the clips longer than 6 seconds on this, they shut the live stream down. But he got close to the quarterback, did affect the pass. Left defensive end, just, okay, the tight end's just trying to chip him there. Spin move, gets his hand up, affects the throw. Left defensive end again. Turns that corner, gets the ball out, sack finally. So like after a day of really successful pass rushing where he hadn't had a sack, he gets one on the final series of the game. Lot to be excited about with not just Danielle Hunter and what he can offer the team, but what he can hopefully impart to Will Anderson. And a lot of the finer aspects of the things that you just have to do rep after rep after rep, 60 snaps in a game to get that one sack, 30 pass rushes in a game to get that one sack. So that's Danielle Hunter. I'm excited about Danielle Hunter. I'd be stupid not to get excited about Danielle Hunter. I don't want to make it too much about Danielle Hunter's impact on Will Anderson, because Will's going to find his own way and he's going to work on his own arsenal of moves. But those very fundamental things, I would say the separation at the top, where when you watch Danielle Hunter, so many of the things he does is where you're working smarter instead of harder. When Danielle Hunter hits a guy with a power rush, he has set it up by multiple moves, speed rushes, either before that snap or within the snap, and it doesn't look hard. Like he bulldozes dudes and trucks them to where they're on their heels, and it doesn't look that hard because he set it all up. There are a lot of times Will's rookie year where even when he was getting pressures, man, in the first half, when you're just grinding it out like you're pushing a 7-man sled all by yourself, that takes it out of you by the third and fourth quarters. And there's times where Will doesn't have to do that if he's just a little bit more meticulous about his approach and his strategy. And that's just something that you learn over time. The other things are just pointing your toes to flip your hips and get around that corner at the top of the rush. So maintaining the separation, pointing your toes, throwing your outside arm to get around that corner. And then the arsenal of moves comes along the way